Hello everyone. So this video is going to be the start of a playlist where we will learn to create a backend using Go. We'll try to integrate various technologies like Redis, how to integrate a database, and what are migrations and all. And let me introduce myself. My name is Vijay Talsangi. I'm a final year BTech CSE student, and I did start coding since my second year. I tried DSA, and I'm pretty good at DSA, I guess so. And then I also started dev at that time, where I knew HTML, CSS, and JavaScript before entering the college. So I directly started with frameworks, libraries for front ends like React and all. Then I explored what are backends, what are the languages that we use to write backend and all. And then I started initially with JavaScript ecosystem, the TypeScript, JavaScript, Node.js, Express.js, backend and all. Then I explored Python environment. I didn't like it. So then I came to the Java environment, and that was pretty good. I learned that enterprise level companies use Java for their backend and what are the benefits and all. Then recently I've started exploring Go. Go is also used for writing backend, and why Go is preferred by many new coming companies. I've tried to learn that, and in this playlist we are going to do the same. We are going to learn Go. We are going to learn how to create backend using Go, and what is the idiomatic way of writing Go and all. So in this video, we are going to just start with the introduction. We are going to see what is backend, what is front end, what is client server architectures and protocols, and languages used to write backend, what are compiled languages, interpreter languages, and lastly, why Go for this playlist. So let's begin. First of all, every every application in this world mainly uses client architecture, client server architecture. So what are client? So client are basically the user devices. It may be your mobile or PC or laptop, right? And in that you open an app or a browser. So these are clients. Okay, so we got the idea of what are client. And there is also a server, which is a distributed computer network. Just imagine as various computers uh, talking to each other by a network, and that are called as server. Now the client requests for data or service to the server, and the server's job is to catch that request, process, authenticate, and everything, the middleware and all, and then finally respond to the client with the data, or by performing that service. This is the mainly idea of client server architecture. And now the question comes, how this communication happens? This is done by protocols. Yeah, there are various protocols which ensure that the communications happen securely and without any loss. What I mean by loss, let's discuss that. So talking about protocols, there are mainly two types of protocols: TCP and UDP. So the TCP ensures that whatever communication happens, there should be no loss in the data, and yeah, that's the main idea. So what happens is, like, if there is an object A and there is an object B, A is sender and B is receiver. Okay, so A sends some data to the B, and if B gets it, it sends an acknowledgement to the A saying that, yeah, I got that. After So AI waits for the acknowledgement, and after getting that acknowledgement, it sends the next data. So this happens like in the loop till A sends all the data that intends to send to B, and this protocol makes sure that there is no drop in data. Like every single bit of data is transferred to the B. So they have to. So the example is HTTP, right? HTTP is where this protocol is seen to be used, where we ensure that every message is sent properly. What is UDP? UDP is a fast protocol where we call TCP as reliable because there will be no data loss, and we call UDP as fast or real time. And the video games and the video streaming and all uses this kind of protocol, because in that if you lost a frame, right, a single frame, it will not matter at that lot, but in TCP you can't risk to lose any kind of data. So that's the basic idea. So when we talk about client server architecture, communication happens to HTTP, and HTTP is based on TCP protocol. That was what I was gonna the aim of this story, the crux of the story. So we have covered intro playlist, intro of myself, what is backend front end. Okay, we have to cover that, client servers and protocol. So what is backend front end? Basically, the client is only the front end where you can see everything and all, and the server is the abstract area which stays somewhere, and it performs every task that you request. That's the backend, and it deals with databases, middlewares, and everything. Now the main part is what languages we use to write backend, and the difference between the languages, and why. So the languages we use to write backend are JavaScript, but because it's not a type-safe language, we have TypeScript, then we have Java, then we have Python, then we have Go. Okay, so uh, why people so why people used to write backend using TS? Because if, when we write front end, mainly all front end frameworks and libraries are written in TypeScript. React.js, we have Next.js, we have Angular. So everything is written in TypeScript. So why not write the backend also using TypeScript? Yeah, it is just for convenience that we use TypeScript for backend, and it was working pretty good. But the disadvantage was that when developers like us used to go into the GitHub and read source code of another, every developer use different practices. Like there is no defined way of writing middlewares, or using any kind of uh, practices. So that's why reading repos from GitHub public source repos gets difficult, and to start contributing and all. So this was the disadvantages, and obviously TypeScript need an environment like Node.js, basically Node.js, so it can run and all. So it takes more memory, takes more time and all. So we have Java. So Java doesn't require any environment like Node.js, but it requires JVM. It's a Java virtual machine in which the bytecode runs. And the disadvantage here comes is like, bro, it's again takes a lot of memory, uh, and it's heavy. Basically, Java is heavy, so it also takes time. Python, I don't want to discuss. I don't like Python. And then we have Go. Uh, First of all, Java and Go, when they have when we compile it, we get a bytecode only. Okay, a bytecode, a binary. Let me say it as a binary file, which is deployed to the servers to run. Only a disadvantage in Java was that it takes a lot of memory and time, and it's heavy. But Go, in another hand, is very lightweight, and it's fast. And if you talk about concurrency, we have routines in Go, we have channels, so we can manage concurrency. We're pretty good here. Also, it is a multi-threaded language. Like we can achieve concurrency using multiple threads, that is done by routing, and channels are used to handle the shared memory in the multiple threads. Difference between compiled language and interpreted language. Okay, so first of all, what are the compiled language? We have Java, we have Go. And what are the interpreted language? We have Python, we have JS, JavaScript, TypeScript. So what's the difference? In compiled languages, you write the backend or the code you want to write, and then you compile it, and you get a binary version of it. Binary version of it. A binary version means just a file which is ready to deploy on a server, and which will act like a backend. That is what compiled language means. And obviously, what is compilation? Compilation is transferring your high level code into a low level code, and it checks your syntax for any errors and etc, etc. That is what compilation is. In interpretation, what we do is we write the backend using TypeScript, and we run npm run build. What does it do? It converts your TypeScript into JavaScript, because TypeScript doesn't runs directly. It should be converted into JavaScript, and then when what you upload it on servers, then JavaScript runs in a Node.js environment. And what does Node.js use? It uses JIT, just in time compilation, means executing JavaScript line by line like interpretation. And what does JIT do? It finds the piece of code which is hit frequent times, the most times, and it keeps ready and all, like it's optimization, which feels like it's a compiled language, but actually it's an interpreted language, and it's executing line by line. So this is the main idea. And obviously, if you see, a compiled language gets a pointer because it is already compiled, and it can execute in less time. It's a fast language, it's a uh, fast way of running in a server, and also it takes less memory, and because it doesn't rely on heavy environment like Node.js, and also it takes less time because it's already compiled, and it doesn't require the interpreter. While in another hand, interpretation language requires more memory and more time. That's the main difference between them. We are going to use Go for creating backends, and I've explained why Go and all, and basic planks or architecture protocols and all. If you have any doubt, if you want to discuss anything, please comment. I will make video on that, because in this playlist, I guess I will upload video once in a week, because I will record it on Saturday or something, because I have my college stuff to do. So if you comment something that I need to discuss, we can discuss on that on the next video. Thank you for following till the end of the video. And this video I will recall, like the further videos will come once in a week, and it will be in English, Hindi, and Japanese. No, I'm kidding. Uh, and I would love to know what you guys want from me. Like I've said that the goal is making backend using Go, but you have something specifically, you can comment it, and I will make the next video on that. And also, I'm practicing Go myself, and I'm learning and teaching you guys. And I've made a project while learning Go that is called PChat. If you want to visit, have a look. Vijatal Singh slash speech chat. It's a command line messaging application, built in Go. Like it opens in your terminal, you can chat with your friends. It is encrypted as use various AES standard encryption method. You can go and read. All details are available on README. And yeah, we will be building a Go backend application which will use various technologies like database migrations, maybe Redis. In the further video we will discuss about the application we are going to build. And for now, thank you. Arigato.